This is how we're installing the subfloor in our 2014 Ford Econoline E250. Luckily my van floor was super clean, so it took no time cleaning it up even more, and then going ahead, spray foam the bottom and slapping these guys on top. I used Legacy Premium subfloor, and it's 3/4 thick, and it's also tongue and groove. It's treated with Gorilla Glue. And that's the subfloor for today. We just gotta let the spray foam dry, and I'll cut it all off tomorrow, see what we're looking like, get some measurements, and see what we can throw in here. This is the budget van build. We obviously did the really expensive one, so this one we're gonna try to do as cheap as possible. We're looking on Facebook Marketplace and Friends and going around at trash night to see if we could find anything good enough to put in here. We do have leftover flooring from our last van, which is great. It's vinyl sheeting, so it'll be completely waterproof and very nice floor. We've only spent about $200 all day today with all the spray foam and the board, so hopefully it doesn't get much more expensive after that. Last and final thing, because I know people are going to ask, well, how is it held down? The spray foam I used is also adhesive and it's silicone-like. Well, better than silicone. It's very flexible, so it's great for a van, especially if you're going into off-road situations where it's going to be twisting a little bit. As well as that, I did mark where the high points in the decking, and I drilled and screwed down in all those spots, just like you would any subfloor. And yes, they're good decking screws, so they're not going to rust up. I've used them for everything so far for years, and I go back and you can still pull them out of deck boards after 10, 15 years, and some of them are still reusable. Those of you that are saying, oh, I shouldn't have drilled into the bottom of the deck, well, there's already a bunch of holes going through it with bolts that are holding the van down to the actual frame. They're not treated with anything underneath. They're just stainless steel bolts going through and no protection to the actual decking underneath. If you're that worried about it, go ahead underneath and spray something on top like primer, and then a cover coat over top of that to protect it even further, but this should be plenty good for me.